Hello friends and welcome in today's session. Today we are going to see about the harmful microorganisms. The microorganisms which are our enemies, foes, right? So how they are causing harms to us, right? So in that specially we will see in the harmful microorganisms. Now see how they causes harm. Generally they causes diseases to the earth. They are not just causing diseases to the human beings, but they are also causing diseases to the plants also and other animals also. So today we are seeing about the microorganisms who are causing diseases to the human beings, plants as well as animals, right? So let's start harmful microorganisms. See here, harmful microorganisms causes diseases to human beings, plants and animals. On the next page, the microorganisms who are causing diseases, right? So these disease causing microorganisms are called as pathogens. So what is the definition of pathogen? Disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens, right? Now these pathogens are there. They are not just causing diseases, but they also spoil food, clothes, leather, etc. Means one or the other way they are just harming us, right? So that's why they are called as harmful microorganisms. Now disease causing microorganisms in humans, in this point we will see that how these pathogens enters in our body, right? So you know that we breathe air, right? Suppose these microorganisms are present in the air. So with the breathe, these organisms may enter in our body, right? When we drink water and if this water is not pure, right? So possibility is that the microorganism through water may enter in our body and cause a disease. Or we eat food. If this food is not hygienic, right? It is uncovered. Then possibility is that along with the food, microorganisms may enter in our body and cause a disease, right? So this is what the way of entry of the pathogens in our body. Sometimes suppose the person is sick. Now with that sick person also the microorganisms or disease causing organisms are there that will be transferred to the healthy person, right? So whenever the infected person comes in direct contact with the healthy person, right, then the microorganisms will be directly transferred to the healthy person's body. This is called as the direct transmission. And indirect transmission is also there of this microorganism. Now how this indirect transmission is there? Suppose the infected person is there, anyone, right, and he is suffering from common cold. Just now suppose he sneeze or cough, right, with the hand or somewhere. Now on his hand these microorganisms are there, and the same hand suppose he touched anywhere and go from there, right? Now these organisms get transferred on the another object. It may be anything, right? Door, knob, or any wall, anything it will be, table. Any other healthy person comes over there and touch on that same place, right? Touch to the door handle or knob, right? Or on the table. He kept his hand. Then these microorganisms get transferred on the healthy person's hand, right, through any other object, right? So it is indirectly comes to the healthy person, right? And whenever the healthy person eat with the same hand, then these microorganisms enter in its body and make him ill. So this is an indirect transfer, right? Or the microorganism may transfer with some of the other mean or any other microorganism, right? So this is what a indirect transfer. Nowadays you know that COVID-19 corona disease is there, right? So the corona disease is there caused by a virus, and this virus is also spread indirectly, person to person also spreading, right, directly even indirect spread is also there. So that's why we need to take a much care about it. Now you understand how these microorganisms transfer from infected person to the healthy person. Same it is given. They may be transferred or transmitted by direct contact with the infected person or carried through an animal, right? Now spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact are called communicable diseases. Means the disease which can communicate person to person, spread from one person to the another person. These all diseases are called as a communicable diseases, right? Now some other examples are given here of the communicable diseases. These are cholera, common cold, chicken pox and tuberculosis, right? Now in that common cold is this disease is there. How it spread? This is given over here. Just now I said, whenever any person which is suffering from a common cold sneeze, then these fine droplets are there of the sneeze which have moisture in it. So in that moisture or in that fine droplet, the thousands of virus are there, right? So these viruses along with these droplets will spread in the air, and whenever these virus enters in the body of any healthy person, then that person is also suffering from a common cold. Now these fine droplets are there, so they are just suspending in the air, and the same air with that droplets when we breathe, right? So during breathing, if these droplets inhaled by the person, the virus will be enter into the body and the person is get diseased, right? Now how can we prevent this spread of communicable diseases? It is given here. So see here, there are some insects or animals are also there which help in spreading a disease, right? Now how? Because some insects are there. Take an example of a mosquito, right? So this mosquito is there. This all of we know that the diseases like malaria, it is caused just because of mosquito bite. But mosquito is not a causal organism for the disease, right? Mosquito is carrying the malaria causing protozoa, right? So that's why malaria disease is spread by an insect, that is a mosquito. So mosquito is known as a carrier, right? Like that, even you can see that house flies are there. They are also the best carrier for the various diseases. Cockroach is there. They are also transferring the different diseases, right? So these all insects who are just spreading the diseases, they are called as the carriers. Along with these insects, some of the animals are also there which are carrying the disease causing organism and spread them in the society. Here example of flies is given. Whenever the flies sit on a garbage, right? So it may be anything or fecal matter, right? Waste is there. So whenever these flies sits on that garbage or the waste on which thousands, millions of microorganisms are there which are causing the disease. Now as the flies sit on it, these microorganisms just get stuck to the legs of that housefly, wings, body, then the tentacles are there, on that also it will come. Now the same flies when comes and sit on any food item in a house, right, in kitchen, then these microorganisms will transfer from the housefly's body to the food item. And suppose if we eat the same food, then these microorganisms will enter in our body. And once the microorganism is entered in our body, we will fall sick. So here flies does not suffer from the disease. They have just take the microorganism from one place and given to the some other place. So they are called as a carrier. So here you understand the carrier. Insects and some animals are there. They are act as a carrier. And here the example of housefly is given. How they contaminate the food and carry diseases. Here some another example is given of a carrier. Anopheles mosquito. Female Anopheles mosquito. Right. So this female Anopheles mosquito is there. It carries the parasite of the malaria, and whenever this parasite carrying female Anopheles mosquito bites to a person, then person is suffering from a malaria. Another example is given, female Aedes mosquito. This is the another species of mosquito, female Aedes mosquito, right? So they also act as a carrier for a dengue virus. Here the question will be asked, Anopheles mosquitoes female is there, that is a carrier for malaria, and female of Aedes mosquitoes is there, that is a carrier for dengue virus. Remember this, right? This is given a picture of female Anopheles mosquito. So if you want to prevent this communicable diseases, just you have to keep a handkerchief on your nose and mouth when you sneeze or cough, right? Even you have to keep a distance from the infected person. So this is what the precautions we have to take to stop the spread of communicable diseases. Now, as you have seen, majority 2 species of the mosquitoes are there. They are actually the carrier for these dangerous diseases, malaria and dengue. Then how can we stop the spread of disease? So as you know, the mosquito is a carrier. You just stop growing the mosquitoes around you. So automatically you will control the disease, right? So if you want to control the mosquitoes growth around you, then what precautions you need to take? So see that mosquitoes are generally reproduce on a water surface, right? Wherever the water is stagnant, staid, right? Calm water is there. On that surface of water, these mosquitoes lays their eggs, right? And they will reproduce. New mosquitoes will be formed. So for that, do one thing. You don't allow any water collect around you, right? So it may be in the pots, right? Plant pots are there, in that tire is there, in that, or a cooler is there, right? In that also water is stored, right? Kept. So any small place is there near your house, right? Or pond is there nearby your house. So that also don't allow to stay water in any particular area in your house as well as nearby your house. So if the water is not collected at nearby your house, then definitely the mosquitoes will not get the place to lay their eggs on the water surface, and their reproduction will stop. Mosquitoes breeding will not occur. Breeding means reproduction, right? They are laying the eggs and larvae of the mosquitoes will come out and becomes a new mosquitoes. So this process will not take place if the water is not collected nearby your places. So these things you have to keep. See here, this is a table given where some of the common human diseases are given caused by the microorganism. There are the name of diseases. This is the causal organisms which causes this disease. Then how this microorganism get transmitted from healthy person to the infected person, right? And what are the preventive measures you can take to control this disease or to spread of this disease? These are the general preventive measures are given over there. See once again here, the tuberculosis disease is there caused by bacteria. Mode of transmission is air. Malaise is there caused by virus. It also spread through air. Chickenpox viral disease is there. Mode of transmission air or contact, right? Direct, indirect. Polio is there caused by virus. Mode of transmission is air. So majority here, if you will see, mode of transmission is air, right? Even in polio virus, it is water also. So by keeping this mode of transmission, see the preventive measures. Keep the patient in complete isolation as it is spread through air. The air which passes from that infected person may carries the microorganism. That's why we have to keep the patient in complete isolation. Then keep the personal belongings of the patient away from those of the others. So we should not share any of the things with the patient, right? Keep all belongings of the patient separate. Then vaccination should be given in a suitable age. For the most of these diseases, vaccines are available. So that should be given to the person in its particular age. So this disease will not be occur. We have seen yesterday how the vaccination prevents the diseases in future. Next one is the cholera caused by bacteria. Mode of transmission is water or food. And typhoid, it is also caused by bacteria and it is also transmitted through water. As yet mode of transmission is water. Based on that, the preventive measure is given that you have to maintain personal hygiene and good sanitary habits. Even you have to take, as it is spread from the water, you have to drink boiled drinking water, right? Then eat properly cooked food, not the raw one, and take vaccination, right? So these are the preventive measures. Next one is the hepatitis B disease caused by virus. Mode of transmission is water, and as it is water, drink boiled drinking water, and vaccination is another. Next one is the malaria caused by a protozoa, right? Mode of transmission is the mosquito, insect. So earlier also we have seen how we can stop the growth of a mosquito. So here to check the mosquito's growth, mosquito net and repellents can be used so they will not bite. Then spray insecticides and to kill the mosquito. Then control breeding of the mosquitoes by not allowing water to collect in the surrounding. So these are some of the preventive measures, right? So these are some of the common diseases caused in human and their mode of transmissions and how we can prevent. Now along with the human, there are some diseases which occurs in animals also other than the human beings. See here, if you will see the anthrax, it is a very dangerous disease. It is occur in human as well as in cattle also. So this will be asked, the disease which occurs in human and cattle is dash dash, that is nothing but the anthrax. This disease is caused by a bacteria, right? Another disease is given of the cattle, that is foot and mouth disease, right? And this disease is caused by a virus. Now for the anthrax, see here one box is given. Robert Koch is there, 1876. He discovered the bacterium, that is Bacillus anthracis, right? Now this bacterium is there. This actually causes the anthrax disease in human as well as in a cattle. So these are some of the other diseases caused in other animals, right? Now we will see some of the disease in a plant, right? Because these microorganisms also causes diseases in a plant. So see here, the plants like wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple and many others are there. They are suffering from the diseases caused by the microorganism. And if these plants will get diseased, then automatically their yield is get reduced. So to get a good yield, we have to prevent these plants from the attack of the microorganism. So that's why we need to control the growth of the microorganism in the plant. See, to control these diseases in the plant, we can use some of the chemicals to kill these microbes, and because of that the plants will get protected from the attack of this microorganism. So this is one more table is given in which some common plant diseases are given which is caused by the microorganism, their mode of transmission, and here the pictures are given when the plant is suffering from a particular disease, how it looks, right? Now in this plant diseases, see the first one, citrus canker is there. So this citrus canker is as like a cancer, right? So cancer is caused to the citrus means lemon, it will come, right? So in that citrus canker disease, this disease is caused by a bacteria. Mode of transmission is through air, means whatever the citrus canker disease spores are formed, it will be blow away with the air, and from the one plant these spores will be falls to the another plant, and that plant will also get diseased. See here, this is a lemon, and on this lemon you can see these various black color dots are there. It will be actually looks brown in color, must be you have also observed, right? So it is as like the dried one, corroded one, right? So this is nothing but the canker disease occurs in a citrus, so it is citrus canker. Next disease is there, rust of wheat, right? Now the see name rust, you must have seen the iron rust. Whenever the iron you are keeping in the moist condition, right, means in a contact with the water molecules along with the oxygen, air oxygen, right? So in the mixing of iron, water and oxygen, iron get rusted and brownish color layer is formed. So same like that rust of wheat is there. Now here this disease occurs on the leaves of the wheat plant, right? So leaves are looking as like rusted, right? Brown color spots are there. So this disease is called as the rust of wheat, caused by the fungi, right? This is also transmitted through air, as well as suppose any wheat plant is suffering from rust disease and the same plant has produced the seeds, then seeds also have the rust disease causing fungal spores, right? So these such infected seeds if you will sow, then the new plant which is growing from these seeds will also suffer from the rust disease, and even it spreads the spores of the fungi will spread through air, right? So in this way disease will spread from one plant to another. Next disease is given yellow vein mosaic of bhendi, or another name is okra, right? All of you know the bhendi, that is also called as a lady finger. Now in this yellow vein mosaic disease is there. Now yellow color you know, veins also you know, in the leaf there are so many veins, right? So all these veins becomes yellow in color, right? And they also produce a mosaic structure, up and down structure, right? So such mosaic structure is formed on the leaf in a bhendi or lady finger, okra. This disease is caused by virus and it is spread by the insect. So the insect carries these virus from one plant to the another plant, right? Here you can see the picture. In this, these are the leaves, and in that if you will see carefully, the veins are there that looks yellow in color, right? Even this picture is given in your textbook, there also you can see it clearly. As the veins becomes yellow in color, this disease is called as yellow vein mosaic disease, right? So these are some common diseases caused by the microorganisms in plants. Next point is food poisoning. Now this point we will see in the next video, right? So today what we have seen? We have seen harmful microorganisms, and the first harmful things they do with us is nothing but they are causing diseases to the us, right? even some of the microorganisms cause a deadly disease, means person cannot survive after that disease. So they are very very harmful. Even they are not just causing disease to the human beings, they also cause the diseases to the other animals also, and even to the plants also. So today we have learned about the microorganisms which causes diseases to the human beings, plants and animals. The name of all these various diseases, microorganisms which causes these diseases, mode of transmission of these microorganisms, and the last one, in case of human diseases, we also have seen the preventive measures. How can you prevent this disease for getting, right? So all these points are very 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 important. I have given the highlighted PDF. Go through that, read the points, make your own notes. If you have any doubt, write in comments, complete your notes, right? And prepare well. All the best.